Welcome to the Autodesk Vehicle Tracking 2015 webinar. We're going to talk about parking design first, and then we're going to get into Roundabout and how easy it is for a civil engineering firm to design these. Vehicle tracking and parking layout allows you to quickly sketch and lay out vehicle areas. The editability is extremely easy. It's all dynamic, just like most any other functions and add-ons within Civil 3D. And you can also do swept path analysis, as well as park a vehicle and all that, and see how all that's going to work with your design on different types of vehicles and things like that, whether it be just like a passenger car parking lot or a truck stop parking lot. A lot of the parking standards have been supplied with Autodesk Vehicles Tracking, and they create a rule-based design engine from which to design your parking lot. They define a large number of features that can be associated within the parking areas. As with vehicles, you can edit and create your own custom parking standards and things like that. Once placed in the drawing, the parking rooms remain intelligent objects, allowing you to edit them freely using many grips that are available. Using AutoDrive, a vehicle can be selected from the vehicle library and placed within the drawing automatically and snap it into position. And by moving the cursor either to the end of the bay or something, you can define if the vehicle is parked forwards or backwards in the bay, and ensure the correct size for that bay, as well as going to be able to pull forward and make the turns and turn radiuses. For example, an F350 pickup truck won't fit inside, just your normal parking bays. So real quick, I'm going to do just a real brief demonstration of designing a parking lot within Civil 3D. So here, say you're the civil engineer and you've got a building design, or even you design the curve and everything, and you got some of this information from an architect, or you're working within your own firm. You go in here, and vehicle tracking, you have just a regular add-on with the tab in your ribbon. The parking lot design is going to be all collected right here within this area. So I'm going to start a new row. And you get, with vehicle tracking, you get a lot of different parking standards that come pre-installed. Like I said, these are all editable. If you don't like, the way these produce your parking lots initially, you can go in and edit and manage them and make them custom to your needs and your design specifications. Here it's just going to ask me, for your drawing unit, I'm going to set this to feet, since we're not in Europe. And if it asks you which side of the road, your vehicles drive on, you can sometimes click this and it'll actually get your values from your drawing itself, the way you've got that set up. If you have existing surfaces and a final surface with which to drive your vehicle on, you can select those right here. Vehicle track is really easy. You just I just accepted all the defaults, and generally that's what you're going to do starting out. You just go in here and snap it to your line work right here. I think so. That was definitely the truth. Kind of made those parking bays really huge. I was making them the size for the F350. Maybe my drawing is in meters. Let's try that. once you get it in here, you can see that it has driving bays on both sides of that line. Once I hit enter, I can tell it to put all my parking bays on this side. And it got rid of those other ones. Standard, it puts an island at the beginning and end of your driving alignment, as well as wherever it PIs. You can quickly add a PI right here by selecting this insert a vertex and create the PI. And because those parking bays would just be weird and they're not, it's not real square and everything, it automatically just stripes them out like that. Put that one up there. There we go. That's a lot better. So we basically just created these rows and we wrap it around that curve a little bit, and because of that curve, it's not producing us any parking spaces. But the thing about that is it's all manageable. You can come up here and edit parking rows, and hang on, my thing came to my other screen. This has all your information for that specific parking row. If you want to manage all of the parking as a whole, you can remove those end islands, and OK button disappeared. And if you want to angle your parking bays, you can do that. That's a little too steep. So 70 degrees. The flow direction, you can change it as far as if it's just a one-way or a two-way for the parking area. I'm going to leave it at two-way. Vehicle class, I leave that at moderate. It allows for more vehicles to enter into those parking areas. And I think that's all I wanted to do for that one. I can't see my OK button. But as you can see, it changed the angle of my parking. I can also dynamically do that with this by changing the direction like that. And also another feature and functionality of this is selecting each individual bay. If I wanted to change this to say a disabled parking space, I can do that. It puts my handicapped son in there. Do what? Yeah. I can select that, move it down, and put that island next to it. Am I going back to edit rows? Putting my start and stop islands back in. It allows, if there's like a van or something, to unload and to dock and stuff. If I wanted to dynamically change the angle back to 90 degrees or whatever the preset angles are, I can do that by selecting that grip there. Changing it up. You can edit these parking islands individually. Change, your different colors and stuff for them if you wanted to. However you want to basically print, it's all, like I said, it's all real dynamic and real customizable for whatever you want to show on your plans. Create a couple more rows here. And again, the great thing about this is there's a lot of engineers and designers that'll come in here and they'll offset and do all these lines by hand individually. They're not dynamic. They don't associate with everything. And by drawing by hand, what I mean is they'll come in and draw these islands, all the parking spaces, using AutoCAD functions to do that. And the great thing about vehicle tracking is it automatically inserts all that and creates a dynamic object and allows you to manipulate your parking areas a lot more efficiently, saving you a lot of time and overhead costs whenever you're actually designing these parking lots. It'll also count the spaces. You can inventory them and do like a quantity takeoff type thing, and it'll show you the amount of spaces that you have. Given some issues earlier, trying to get it to snap inside. Basically, that's it. It does have the functionality. Mine is not working this morning. I've had some issues with vehicle tracking. To insert that vehicle, like what you just saw, in a parking bay and pull it out. You can also start it out here and back it in, and it'll basically check to see if your turn radiuses for all your associated vehicles and such that you're wanting to use are going to work correctly. If they don't, like I said, the design and functionality of these are such that you can manipulate them and decrease the length of them and change how you want it to automatically create these bays so that it fits exactly what your design specifications are. And that's pretty much it for parking design. I could continue to lay this out, but for time's sake I'm not, because our roundabout portion is going to take a pretty big chunk of our time. I don't have my go-to thing pulled up. Does anybody have any questions on parking design? I think it's all ATG. All right, then. To let you guys know, we're actually at the offices of Garber Engineers in Fayetteville, and they're allowing us to use their conference room, and they're also present with us, and we'll probably ask questions should they come up. Now let's talk about the Autodesk vehicle tracking roundabout design. With roundabouts, they're becoming pretty popular here in Arkansas. I know Conway likes to build them a lot, and Northwest Arkansas, from what I understand, is starting to fall in love with them. They're great traffic devices as far as managing traffic and stuff when it comes to like a stop sign or a stoplight or a roundabout. They also provide a safe and environment for pedestrians to come along the corridor at intersections. Makes it a lot less dangerous and a lot easier to get around within that specific intersection where the roundabouts exist. The roundabout design tool in Autodesk vehicle tracking allows you to quickly and easily create a fully geometric, compliant, edible roundabout in 2D and 3D modes. Design of rule-based roundabouts in 2D and 3D modeling environments are included in this list. You've got design standard compliance, and you can set your vehicle speeds and your visibility. You can do it like your swept path modeling that comes as part of vehicle tracking. And it's also going to create all of your alignments, profiles, cross-sections, and assemblies automatically as soon as you set all your parameters and everything for the roundabout design. Various design standards are shipped with Autodesk vehicle tracking. creating a rule-based design engine, a lot like your parking lot design. All parameters that can be defined for Roundabout are included and can be edited as with the vehicle and parking standards. Where defined in the standard, minimum and maximum values are defined. When a roundabout is first placed in the drawing, the default value is used first, which lies partway between the two, the minimum and maximum. Excuse me. The roundabout can then be edited using the grips or by changing the default value in the roundabout editor. A roundabout can be created in just 3 easy steps. In selecting the type of roundabout that you want, you'd first select the roundabout type, and then if the standard you want to use is not available, you can edit one of the existing standards and create one of your own from scratch. And then you would select the alignments and use that for the intersecting roads. These don't have to be alignments. They can be just lines, P lines, or even ST lines. And when you select on the line will be in the position of the blend point to the point where the roundabout design starts. And they're really customizable. All that stuff is automatically created for you based on your design standards that you choose. And by default, the HUD shows the radius and speeds for various turns throughout the roundabout, and this can be customized in the roundabout settings to show only the values that you're interested in. The green is within the value specified in the standard. The amber is close to the limit. It's not showing. Red is showing that it's exceeding the value of the standard. If you prefer, you can enter the values directly into the junction properties window to edit your roundabout. The 3D corridor section allows you to find how the 3D corridor is generated and if it is updated automatically after each edit. We're going to get and talk and showing that specifically when we do the demonstration. Autodesk vehicle tracking accelerates roundabout design into conceptual, detailed design stages. Makes it it's all very dynamic and it's super efficient. Users spend time and budget in detailed engineering designs rather than initial drafting. It becomes possible to take time to trial alternatives. And it's very dynamic. I'm going to show you how you can kind of move your roundabout intersection around, and it automatically redefines the entire intersection for you. Now, let's take a look at it. Here, just pulled up a standard drawing for this. To zoom into my intersection here. Just these alignments were created and this existing ground. Like this here, if you notice, we hadn't even started creating the corridor or anything like that. Like I said, roundabout can be created in 3 simple steps. You can come in here and modify how the vehicles are going to drive within the roundabout when you do your swept path modeling and all your drawing standards, or you can get the values from the drawing where available. Here it's looking at the existing digital terrain model that was created. We don't have a final surface because, like I said, we haven't actually started creating any corridors or anything like that. Here it's going to talk about, you're going to tell it you want to create the alignments, the profiles, corridors, whatever. We're just going to go with the default values here, and it's going to actually kind of mark it up, the roundabout for us a little bit so you can watch the vehicle as it goes across the parking stripes, and it's going to put our yield stop bars and stuff like that in there for us. Here, this is just, you can put descriptions and notes for your design team, what you're wanting to call this. If the alignments that you're using have specific names for those corridors, you can put that here or however you want to do it. Kind of redundant. We can kind of change how it's going to appear once it is drawn and everything. Basically, all you do is you zoom in. Make sure I'm not snapping to a tick mark, and you just set it at the intersection of two lines, P lines, SP lines, and then alignment. Here we're actually just using alignment. Next it's going to ask you to select a line for the new access point or access road. Here you can name it. We can name this the east one or whatever. I'm just going to leave it as the standard leg. And automatically just starts putting these different points of the intersection together, making them all dynamic with each other, as well as trying to meet your design criteria. It's also selecting the alignment and profile information that was already created to determine the roundabout elevation. So just hit enter. Now I'm going to link all that together and calculate our surface and assembly properties and insert that into the drawing. Okay. Still thinking a little bit. Many of you engineers and designers that have actually drawn up these intersections like this, or even a roundabout, you understand that coming in here and inputting all these lines, these radiuses, the center of the roundabout, and filleting all that together sometimes takes time. And that's just to get the line work in, not to mention, you know, calculating all the vertical datum, the profile, and then all the corridor and assembly modeling and everything that you would need to do. As well as all the labeling and everything else. With this roundabout design within vehicle tracking, it's all dynamic, all efficient, and instantaneous. And as you can see, it inserted our three-dimensional triangulation line. You can come up here and hit Edit Roundabout, and it brings up a box that where you can come in and edit each individual leg. How they interact with the rest of the roundabout and everything like that. You can put rumble strips, speed striping, everything like that. I'm going to go over to corridor and hit create alignment and rebuild now. And what that actually does is it just removes all that information that it did create. The reason I want to do that is, say, you know, we talked to the customer and they said, you know what, I think I want to shift this roundabout right here just a little bit to the northwest or northeast, or I want to go to the northwest, or you know, maybe I like it better right here. That it will dynamically update the entire roundabout as soon as you select a new location and put it there, and then I can always go back to my edit roundabout function here and select the corridor portion and alignment, and it'll recreate all that three-dimensional data for us again in a new location. So like I said, it's all real dynamic. I'm trying to get it back to where it was. Like I said, you can just always click this again, have it update your corridors and everything, and rebuild it. Just like you do with corridors, and you modify an assembly, or you modify a design profile, and you go back and you rebuild that corridor. That's the exact same thing that this is doing. It also, another cool thing that I wanted to show you all is when it gets done rebuilding this, is it does your signage for you. It shows you where to put signs and things like that based on where the striking is. And I'll kind of zoom into that once it, like I said, once it finishes calculating everything for your roundabout. You can see that it doesn't like some of the design things, and we can go in there and edit that automatically. Like I said, it's put a sign in here automatically for us, telling us a roundabout's ahead. We can move those. They have grips. You can change them, their locations. You want to put it over there, you can. Oh wait, no, I got the part of the corridor. Sorry. Or you can move it down the intersection, wherever you decide sometimes from the where the yield sign is going to go, just to warn your user that they're fixing to enter a roundabout. And you can also do your sweat path modeling. Put it right here. Oh, that angle is weird. Put your vehicle in here. You can change its location and its angle. Let me turn that snap feature like this. Bring it around the roundabout a little bit, and then bring it down this corridor this way here. I'll show you all the animate. Bring home the step over. Fly over. You just hit play. There's a lot of customization that you can do. Let me see that a little bit. That you can show it. You can see it's kind of moving along the three-dimensional surface of the model. You can actually display that model. This can be used for presentation to client once you determine your how you want to create that roundabout, and just to get their approval and everything to proceed with the design. It's a great functionality to kind of give them an idea in real time or in a 3D view understanding of what their roundabouts that they're going to be approving looks like. That's pretty well it for the roundabout design. Vehicle tracking is a very simple module, but it's very powerful at the same time. A lot of the competitors to the sweat path softwares and stuff that compete with vehicle tracking, they don't offer the roundabout as well as the parking lot design functionalities. Like I said, all this is real dynamic and instantaneous, and I know it saves a lot of work. I've had to reproduce these drawings in the field and actually go lay them out, and that's at least a week or two, depending on your skill level of work, just to get that intersection as well as any other corridor information in. That pretty well wraps it up. Does anybody have any questions about roundabout design?
Hey, Joe, vehicle tracking just loads within the Civil 3D interface, correct?
Yes, it comes loaded in once you get it installed. It adds as a section as part of your ribbon up here at the top, and you've got all your functionality and everything just right there within Civil 3D. So yeah.
Does one have to have Civil 3D in order to have use vehicle tracking?
Yes,